I would like to call to order the December 5th, 2024 Business License Liquor Board meeting. Confirmation of posting and roll call, please.
Thank you. This meeting was posted in accordance to Nevada open meeting law, and all members are present in the chambers.
Thank you. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we've come to the initial public comment period for this meeting. Public may comment on any matters on the agenda and have up to 3 minutes to speak. May call 702-589-9629. Hearing and seeing no one, we'll close the initial public comment period and move on to agenda item 1 for possible action, approval of the October 31st, 2024 minutes.
I'd like to move to approve the October 31st, 2024 meeting minutes.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes unanimously. Thank you.
Aye.
Moving on to agenda item 2 for possible action, consideration of an application for a Class B cocktail lounge liquor license for Ted Lucas, owner of Leafy Latitude. Staff.
All right, so yeah, we received an application for Leafy Latitude, which is located at 1000 Nevada Way and currently operates as a cigar and hookah lounge at that location. A Class B cocktail lounge license permits the retail sale of alcoholic liquor for consumption only on the premises where sold, and an establishment operated in conjunction with some other related business, which is the principal business. As some background, Leafy Latitude first applied for the cocktail lounge license in 2023. The application was discussed and denied in the September 14th, 2023 Liquor Board meeting. The board felt there was insufficient evidence to show that the cigar sales and not alcohol would be the principal business operation. The applicant appealed that board's decision, was placed on the October 24th, 2023 City Council agenda. The council voted to uphold the denial and again requested more evidence that the cigar lounge and not alcohol would be the principal business. Since that point, Leafy Latitude opened for business in July of 2024 and has submitted a new liquor license application. And from that time, staff has requested more information from Leafy Latitude. And on November 5th, they provided updated sales and inventory information from operating over a several-month period as a cigar lounge, and that was provided to the members of the board for review. Just some highlights of that information. Leafy Latitude has seen total sales from July through October of 2024 of $25,076, and each month has seen an increase in sales and in the number of customers. By the end of year 1, they project sales to be about $21,000 in cigar and hookah sales. And the applicant used projections of the average customer to have 1 or 2 drinks, and using their current trend of customer numbers, sales of alcohol would be about $8,126 per month by the end of the year 1, if each of those customers had 2 drinks. And that is using the average cost of $6.50 per drink from their figures. So their projections using the current revenue figures and trends, that total monthly revenues will be about $29,000 at the end of year 1, with 72% being from cigar and hookah sales and $8,000 or 28% from alcohol sales. We feel the applicant does not fall into any of the restricted categories of 426 of the Boulder City Code and has met the requirements on the liquor license application. But given the new information provided by the applicant, the liquor board should determine if They meet the criteria of a cocktail lounge liquor license in 425 of the Boulder City Code. So staff respectfully defers back to License Board to consider approval or denial of the Class B cocktail lounge liquor license for Leafy Latitude.
Thank you. Any questions of staff?
I don't have any questions, but I do have a comment. I reviewed the packet thoroughly, and when this item previously came before the board, the information provided was minimal as far as supporting documentation on the projected sales for tobacco and alcohol. There were some numbers provided, but not supporting information that I felt at the time as a board member was adequate to fully evaluate that the sale of tobacco would be the principal business at this establishment. And so in that time, since that denial, the business has opened and has provided the board with data showing their sales of tobacco, which is extremely helpful to understand that there is the principal business there for cigars and hookah in the future. And so I really appreciate the efforts of the applicant to provide this additional information, to provide the inventory list to show that what they're purchasing as far as tobacco products, and providing us with that financial analysis to show how the sale of tobacco is the principal business here. And so again, just want to thank the applicant for working with the city and working with the board and providing this additional information for us. And I do feel comfortable approving the Class B cocktail lounge liquor license for Leafy Latitude today.
Go ahead.
Were you just stating that, or was that a motion?
Well, I do have a question.
That was just a comment.
Okay.
All right. Question for the applicant, Mr. Lucas. Could you come forward to the podium, please? In your additional material, you had represented a projection on how many of the customers would actually consume the cigars and purchase alcohol on site. I was just curious, with the data that you provided us on the sales over the 3-month period, do you have any idea how many or what percentage of those sales were consumed on site versus purchased and then they left the retail space?
That's a good question. So, if you don't mind me reiterating, basically you want to know how many cigars, because that's pretty much everything we're doing right now. Somebody comes into the humidor, buys $100 worth and takes off,
Correct.
as opposed to somebody buying $100 worth, sitting with their buddies and whatever, and staying in there and what. Mind if I call Brendan up here? Because Brendan is one of the guys who manages the bar for me, along with my oldest, and he should be here shortly too. And I think those guys are there most of the time. I'm actually a pacemaker rep during the day, so these guys take care of that business for me. Is it okay if he comes up then?
Yeah, that's fine.
Brendan, come here for a second. I'm sure you probably got a number in mind already, right? Yeah. Okay.
How's it going? So I think just on the general percentage of how many sales are going through, when typically people buy cigars to go, I could just start it out at 5 cigars, roughly around $50, is pretty average for people to come grab them for the week if they want to come in, get a couple times a week, 5 and 5. So while you're smoking, 45 minutes to an hour is how long it takes to actually smoke the cigar. And we have people there for about 3 or 4 hours, but they come in more frequently. So if it's not 50%, I'd say that it's more tailored towards 40 to 45% of the sales are coming from retail sales, people just coming in, grabbing cigars and getting out of there, but at a higher quantity than we would typically get from people actually staying there and smoking, which are more frequent. Rather than smoking 5 cigars while you're there, it's 1 or 2 cigars, and we have plenty of people that come 3 or 4 times a week to do that versus the 1 or 2 times a week to grab your cigars and go, or a combination of both. So I would say that there's still more cigars getting sold, people coming in enjoying the cigars, but I wouldn't say that it's by much. Once again, probably about 10 to 15%, if that, more people are coming in, hanging out, having those cigars, and that's where those sales are coming from.
With December being an outlier, because we are having
Yeah.
people coming in and buying boxes for Christmas presents or bags or whatever and stuff like that, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions of the applicant?
No questions, just a comment. I have share the same perspective as our city attorney does, and I just really want to thank you for providing all the additional information. It was very difficult during the first time because we didn't have the evidence, but in my mind, you've provided sufficient evidence, and happy to see you succeeding, so thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks for working with us too, I appreciate it.
All right, do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve the Class B cocktail lounge liquor license for Leafy Latitude.
I'll second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That passes unanimously. All right, we come to our final public comment period. Public may speak on any matters, and they have 3 minutes to speak. Please call 702-589-9629. Hearing and seeing no one, we'll close the final public comment period, and this meeting's adjourned.